I just wanted to point this one out for one interesting fact. So it's a Vanda. This Vanda has been blooming for 1 year. Literally, 1 year. I have never, ever, ever had any orchid bloom like this. So it's pretty big, but it's just like blooms here, this one's dying, more blooms, those one are more, it just never stops. It has bloomed and bloomed and bloomed for me for a year. If you can find one of these guys, I would encourage you to get it, because I have never ever seen anything like this. Ooh, this one's cool. Big fan of this one. Vanda, pretty cool. I got this at Palmer Orchids this weekend. It's a Randa. So this is a cutting. I forget what they call it exactly, but so it had lots of roots, and they cut it. So the only roots left, like this is the only like new root, maybe this one. So this guy is probably not real happy, probably in shock, because we just cut all of his roots off. Or maybe it's a her. I don't know if it's a him or a her. It's hard to tell. But, so if you're in this situation where you're getting an orchid that's really stressed and has been cut like this, the idea generally would be to keep it in lower light. Like, don't put it in the blazing high light. Water every day, kind of shady-ish, so it's not too stressed out by the high light. And then it should start popping out roots. And as the roots start popping out, then you can put it with all your other Aranda, which I think is basically a Vanda. It's Vandaceous. I've had this one for a few years now, one of my older plants. And why I like it is you can just see if you put it on one of these mounts and just hang it like it would in nature, like on a tree. Look at how it just takes over. And it's so happy just in the breeze, getting watered basically every day with a little bit of fertilizer in it. It starts shooting up these spikes. There's another one there. I already had one that I cut off. This actually blooms more than one time a year, but it is one of my favorites. Oh, it even has a name, which may or may not be right. Hopefully you can see that. Moving on. All right, this I have strong feelings about. This is what's called a jewel orchid. I killed them for years and years and years. This is the first time I've ever had them bloom like well. They're supposed to be known for their very pretty foliage, which is pretty. I think their flowers are cool too. But this is the key. They can never get dry, like ever. They need to be moist constantly all year, otherwise they will die. Oh, I was petting my cat and I have hair all over me. So, I have this in like one of those pots where there's water at the bottom, like a reservoir. So this soil, which is what it is, soil is always wet. So always wet, shade, like shady shade. It's one of my shadiest plants. I mean, it still needs to be out, but in a very shady area out. Always moist. These things I have found these things to be tricky until I learned the secret. And now they're easy. Pretty low maintenance, just keep the reservoir full, keep them in shade, and every winter they give you cool, happy white spikes. How do you feel about this one? This one it's cool. It's not blowing my mind. It's cool. It's average, kinda, I guess. Oh, sorry. I mean, it's, again, there's so many other orchids, like there has to be they're all your children, but you like some children more than others. Don't say that. Don't say that to your children. But, okay, I have nothing really to say about this. The leaves look like crap, but it still blooms well, which is common. Look at these spikes. What's it gonna look like? I don't know. I can't remember. But they're huge. These are huge spikes. Look at this. So when it spikes, I'll let you know. I'm sure I could look it up, but that's not nearly as fun. Here's another bloom of a Hurricane Dendrobium. Nothing much to say about it. Just thought it looked pretty healthy and cool. That have these spikes. It's an oncidium type. They have these spikes. I'm not exaggerating. This thing will be 6 to 8 feet long. I mean, it is the longest spike I've ever seen on any orchid. I don't know what the heck it is. It just does. I don't know. It's really one of my cooler orchids. That spike will be growing for another 2 months probably. It's higher and higher and higher, and then it'll bloom. We all look forward to that time. Let's do a little diagnosis here. If you can see, what happened there? The flowers the buds just died off. So usually this means thrips. My guess would be thrips. Those are these tiny little bugs that are horrible. They eat your flowers, your buds. I mean, some of the buds are still okay, but this is very, very concerning to me, because the only way you know if you have thrips is when your flowers start to die like that. You get bud blast. Or it could have been a temperature change, or it could be anything. But I'm thinking I'm gonna have to spray the collection. If thrips start to get infested, I mean, you lose everything. I mean, lose all the buds. So I'll probably use Orthene. That is the go-to, Orthene. It smells terrible, but man, does it do the job. No matter what other people say, if you talk to any greenhouse owner, like a serious commercial greenhouse, they'll all tell you the same thing. Orthene is the best thing when it comes to thrips. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Oh my goodness. Believe it or not, this is only a couple years since I got it. When I got it, it was, maybe this big. This is another one of those Dendrobium chocolate antlers. Somehow I bought 2 of them, not on purpose, but clearly when I saw them, I like them because they grow fast, they're super easy, they have a lot of flowers. So you just keep this in high light, has to be hot, humid, watered every once in a while, easy peasy, fun. So I have big news for everyone. You're not gonna believe this. I am moving, but don't worry, not far. I'm moving 10 minutes down the road, a couple miles. So why am I moving? Because I'm moving to 5 acres of property. 5 acres. And do you know what that means? Dave's Orchid Oasis family? That means I'm taking it to the next level. Sure, I have 400, maybe 500 orchids right now, and I'm running out of room. But no more. We have 5 acres. We have a 4,000 square foot greenhouse I'm putting in. We have a 2,000 square foot lanai. I'm gonna take you to orchid places you never imagined possible. So I want you to stay excited. I will update you as this move happens, which is like 3 weeks from now. So it's pretty close. I'll probably do a video just to kind of talk about how you move this many orchids. I have no idea. I guess I'll find out as we go along. Exciting. So subscribe if you thought that was interesting. Subscribe. Yay. Okay, have a good day.